Hey everyone, welcome back to the Movie Fanatics. I'm Brayden, and today I'm going to be talking about a movie that we've been waiting for like a year and a half now, and that is No Time to Die. I did see the movie last night. This video is going to be my first thoughts. I will have a more in-depth review at some point later down the line. I don't know when, but I wanted to do a video on my first thoughts of the movie, and but before I talk about this movie in a more brief manner, big spoiler alert, I'm going to be just talking about the big main thing about this movie. So please, if you haven't seen No Time to Die, click off now, go watch it, then come back. I highly recommend it. It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so let's just talk about it. So this is of course Daniel Craig's final outing as the titular character James Bond. And I didn't see it coming. I didn't. He does die in this movie. He sacrifices himself, and man, this is a movie that hit me hard. I honestly cried. I did. Call me a wimp. I honestly cried. I just watching 5 films of this character grow and develop and just just I don't know what the word is. He grew and developed over these 5 films, and to watch him go out like that was honestly, now I think about it more and more, and I talked about it with my mom and my dad, who I did see the film with. We all think that he could have gone out a little bit better. I wish he would have died in Moneypenny's arms or Q's arms or even M's arms, like Judi Dench did at the end of Skyfall and when she died in Bond's arms. I wish they would have done something like that and not just have him blown up. Do I think the movie it works well? It does. It works as good as it could. It works in a way that you buy it. In my opinion, a lot of people are mad about this. I think it served the film well. It is a gut punch if you've loved this franchise my entire life, and you can see all of this Bond stuff behind me that I decorated in preparation for this film yesterday. And after the movie, I just couldn't bring myself to review it yet, and so that's why I'm doing it the day after. But yeah, I think it worked as well as it could. Could it have been done better? Yes, it could have. But in the film, I think it works. I really buy Daniel Craig, not just in this whole film, which I think he's always great. He gives 110% in this movie. He goes all out. I really do buy him in those last couple of minutes. I got vibes of Star Wars Episode 7 when, Han Solo died. Spoiler alert for Star Wars Episode 7. But especially when Bond gives the detonator to the other agent who's with him towards the end of this film, I was like, oh my god. Something's gonna happen here. I wasn't ready for that. And I even turned to my dad at that moment and I'm like, I think Bond's gonna die. And then I was right. And I didn't know. I didn't watch any other reviews or anything. I went into this movie cold, except of course seeing the trailers and a couple of interviews. And I didn't expect it. They covered it up so well. They really did. You thought to believe that he would have gotten out alive. But in the end he doesn't. He gets shot 10 times by the main villain, who played by Rami Malek. Wow. Another great performance. Of course, he won an Oscar for playing Freddie Mercury a few years ago, but he was really good in this movie. You really bought him as just a real person wanting to do this. And I don't really want to get into the plot because it's very almost convoluted. I just wanted to give my first thoughts. But when Bond is shot 10 times, I was like, oh my god, yeah, he's gonna go out. He's not gonna make it off the island, because you were being led to think that he was gonna make it out at the last second and jump into the ocean and the base explodes behind him. No, he gets incinerated. But I love the shot like after it happens and you see Q on that plane and Bond's rate thing like flatlines and Q just kind of goes like he just stares at it and and then and the people back at MI6 see it and they just kind of sit back in their chairs and it's this moment of silence, especially like Q's actor, I forget his name. He really is good in this movie and he sells it. He really sells it when you see the monitor thing flatline for Bond. It's so emotional to me. I felt like it was very well done. I thought all the action was great. I liked the spin on the gun barrel sequence, even though there was no blood dripping down. I felt like it could have been better, but I feel like it was better than the one in Spectre. Bond's walk is just always way too fast in the Daniel Craig ones. He just always like speed walks across the screen. But I thought it was better than the one in Spectre. I did. I thought all the people in the cast were great. I think the pre-title sequence is probably my favorite chunk of the film, is the pre-titles. Another like 20-minute long, like big like story in and of itself. Something I noticed watching it and watching a review of it, and they were talking about how when Bond leaves Madeline on the train at the end of the pre-title sequence, she puts her hand on her stomach or like on her chest area. And you later find out towards like the very end of the film that the child that she has is Bond's child. And I think when she puts her hand on her stomach, it's to signify that she's pregnant. But in the moment, I was so swept up in the emotion of the pre-title sequence and like it was so exciting that I didn't catch that. But now I see it now. And throughout the whole film, Bond is like, "Is that my child?" And Madeline's like, "No." And then at the end, Bond realizes that is his child and that he just saved the world for his child. And I loved how they opened with them driving on that road, and then the movie ends with Madeline in the Aston Martin. It's not the DB5, it's the V8 from the Living Daylights. It's actually this car right here. It's the V8. Yeah, I thought the movie as a whole was really well done. It's one of Daniel Craig's best. I think it's third. I think those two movies are better, obviously, but it's definitely better than Quantum, and probably in some ways better than Spectre. I do think they could have shaved like the 10 to 15 minutes off of it, but other than that, I thought the movie was really well done. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit short or I seem a little bit rushed, is that I need to get something out today. Yeah, it was a lot to take in yesterday, and I'm so glad I'm doing this right now. I will eventually, I don't know when, I'll have an actual like full review out for it. It's a monster of a movie, but yeah, that's it for now anyway. It was an emotional gut punch yesterday, and I just wanted to say, for those of you who haven't seen it or who have seen it, please put your comments down below if you have seen it. I hope that you see it first and then come back to this review. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot to take in. It was a very, very solid film. I love the action. All the characters were really, really likable and great. Of course, Craig was once again so great. Also, there's just everyone, and there's another death in the movie, which I don't know if I want to spoil it right now or talk about it, because I feel like that one is a little unexpected, I feel like, so I'm gonna leave that out. Obviously, you guys will probably see spoilers about Bond dying, but the other death in the movie, I feel like, is a little unexpected, so I'm gonna leave that out. Let's let you guys experience the movie and see what happens there. But yeah, sorry if I seem a little bit more downbeat. It's that because I am, like, I didn't expect that, and I wasn't ready. And I'll expand later if I ever do a more in-depth review, but yeah, those are my just after watching feelings of No Time to Die. Was it worth a year and a half, almost 2 years? Yes and no, honestly. There's stuff I liked about it, and there's some stuff I didn't. and eventually I'll get into that more, but that was my very first thoughts after seeing No Time to Die last night. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll resume my October horror movie reviews next week. Look forward to that. I'm excited. There's a movie I'm going to talk about that's special to me. But as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and write comments below about your thoughts on No Time to Die. And as always, thank you all guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This has been Brayden from the Movie Fanatics, signing off.